Welcome everyone, I'm Father Joe Allen of Panama City, Florida. You're watching Depression Hurts. In today's program, we're going to show you how you can discover the secret of overcoming fear and depression. Listen up, my friends, you can be an overcomer. There's no rule that says you have to be mentally trapped in the horrifying fog of depression and fear, tripled by anxiety. For your life, which would you choose? To be happy and at peace, or to be terribly afraid and anxious? The first step is to combine common sense along with biblical truth, principles, and sessions of therapeutic talk with your Christian counselor. Together, you and he or she will first identify what's wrong emotionally in our thinking. Then they will measure how severe the disorder is by studying the severity of the symptoms you experience. Then you'll be prepared to psychologically, emotionally, take baby steps down the path of changes that are positive. My best advice is don't live in shadowy situations of constant fear, depression, and worry. Instead, step in to the light of Jesus Christ, who tells us to be at peace and know. I realize you may have many questions that perplex you, such as, am I alone with my illness? Am I having false beliefs? My stress is so overwhelming, you may say, that I feel like my head's in a vice grip. Am I going to do good or harm to myself? Should I turn certain things off and certain things on? God is really there, my friend, and you can choose Him as your anchor. You can learn to relax, take things easier. What's the secret to that? Now here's the colloquial. Don't sweat the small stuff. Okay? With the Lord as your pilot, you can choose to do good and dwell in the land, and verily you'll be fed. Taking charge of your treatment is not so unusual. Some people have sweaty palms, racing hearts, and terrible anxiety. Now, you're most likely to have racing thoughts if you need to clear the train of thinking in your mind. Now, you're without warning maybe feeling on edge, lightheaded, unable to catch your breath. Are you afraid that you're going to die or have a heart attack? Don't worry. These anxiety-related feelings are most probably the symptoms of an atypical panic attack. Only a trained physician can diagnose panic from peril. If these symptoms do not disappear quickly, you should check into your local emergency room, just to be certain. Long-lasting chronic stress and depression takes the life out of the body and mind. Protectiveness in the short term is definitely toxic in the long term. Stress responding to anxiety causes your heart to palpitate, blood pressure to skyrocket, and your heart feels like it's going to burst out of your chest. The increased demand can produce an irregular heart rate or here's a $10 word, arrhythmia. During a typical panic attack, one of the first symptoms is gasping for air, not being able, as I said, to catch your breath. This is called hyperventilation. With a drop of carbon dioxide in your blood, the rapid intake of air forces the heart to even beat faster. The faster you breathe, the more likely you are to become dizzy and having your hands and feet tingle or feel numb. Your stomach muscles and skin, along with your immunity, the reproductive system, weight, and skull are affected by the stress. Here's some points to ponder. Be honest with yourself. Think about each of your needed methods to fight depression and get better. Remember to include both a long and short-term effect. Properly treated by a psychiatrist, psychologist, or even your family doctor can be victorious in your life. How behavior affects you physically, emotionally, rationally, spiritually. Next, compare them in the negative way. How outcome of each takes its toll on you. Most vital, how will you feel once you're freed from depression? Can anyone finally be able to unfold your depression-riddled hands and be free? Here's the good news. Jesus Christ can set you free. Ask yourself this: do I really want to be free from depression, or just a more comfortable prisoner? Don't be ashamed of your answer. You should be honest and understand your real motivations. Have you in a weak moment tried to self-medicate or cover depression with alcohol or too many medicine pills? You're only masking things and making things worse for yourself if you do this. It's time to come from behind the mask about riding the recovery road. Remember, a false witness is a liar. Hand in hand with your therapist. Today, see the sunrise. Isn't that wonderful? Sincere recovery. Well, my friends, we've reached the end of today's session. It's been enjoyed to talk with you once again. Until next time, I'm Father Joe saying, may the good Lord bless and keep you and give you peace.